Do you ever wonder how the sommelier gets to be so good at appreciating wine? They look at the color and they might say it's ruby and robust. They'll smell the bouquet and say that smells beautiful. They'll roll the wine on their tongue and say it's harmonious. You know, maybe we can learn from sommeliers to appreciate nature by activating all of our senses. My name is Jacob Rodenburg and I'm the author of the Book of Nature Connection, 70 sensory activities for all ages. You know, many of us feel sometimes a little bit alone. Could it be that some of our loneliness comes from the fact that we feel disconnected from the natural world, from the very life systems that sustain and nourish us? Studies have shown that when we spend time in nature, it boosts our serotonin level. That's the feel-good hormone. Studies have also shown that just simply breathing in forest air increases our immunity. Seeing the color green makes us feel happier. I think we all yearn to belong to each other, but to nature as well. In the Book of Nature Connection, there's a whole bunch of ideas for how you can use your senses to feel more connected to nature, and I'm going to show you some. Did you know that you were born with the eyes of a predator? You can see in 3 dimensions, millions of different shades of color. When you go for a walk, are you a foot watcher? Do you stare at your feet so you don't trip? Well, that's okay, but I also invite you to look all the way around. Call it splatter vision. So you might look over your shoulder one way. You can look the other way. You can look up. You can look down. Look all around. There's so much going on in nature that's hidden from view, but if you splatter your vision around, you're more likely to see it. Sometimes when we go for a walk in nature, we're focused on the big panoramic views, the large vistas, and we forget that there's wonder and beauty in the very small. Here's an activity that helps you recognize the beautiful things that happen on a small scale. Stick a popsicle stick in points of interest and connect them with yarn. So here, some lovely birch bark with the lenticels, the dark stripes. Going over here, the etchings of a bark beetle. You might even bring a magnifying glass along so you can see it up close. Go explore the very small. You were born with surround sound. Your pinnae, or your ears, help pick up sound vibrations, and you can hear the soft swoosh of grass or the lusty call of a crow. And to help you, you've got built-in ear catchers. Take your 2 hands, cup them together, push them forward, and you can hear 10 times better. And in the spring of the year, it's wonderful to listen to bird songs, or you can be a sothuricist. That's someone who appreciates the sound of the wind as it brushes against the branches of a tree. Some people can recognize the sound of a white pine versus a poplar versus an oak tree. Maybe you're one of those people. So when you get a chance, stick your ears on and listen, really listen for the different sounds in the natural world. Smell is one of our most evocative senses. Well, it turns out that our nose is designed to pick up literally millions of odors. This activity, called the smell cocktail, you simply need a little Dixie cup and a sponge. Wet your upper lip. When you do that, the moistness from the sponge helps you to smell better. And go into the natural world and just take a little bit from here, a little bit of soil, and slip it in the cup. Tiny bit of a leaf, maybe a stick. Then I crush it with a swivel stick to release the odor. And give it a name. Maybe Soilicious or Forestopia. What can you discover? We were born to touch and feel the world around us. Packed in our fingertips are Mesner's corpuscles, nerve endings. We can feel the gentlest things like the brush of a grass or maybe the texture of bark. Try this activity. Grab a pillowcase, put some things from nature in there. Then ask people to slip their hands in, and just by feeling, can they recognize what it is? A pine cone, or maybe a shell. Well, there you go. 5 activities and so many more packed into the Book of Nature Connection. I hope you have a chance to practice being a nature sommelier, and in so doing, you'll appreciate this beautiful natural world that we're privileged to be part of. Cheers.